Hey guys, welcome back for another video. So I'm in the garage and I've got the F-150 back again. So if you've watched some of the previous videos, I've done the F-150. We already did the front windows. We also did the full windshield. I think those were broken up into two separate videos actually. And then also the same owner had the white Mustang where we did the complete vehicle with the windshield. And then he wanted to bring the F-150 back, and we had talked a little bit a few times regarding just some paint protection film, and he had gotten a couple of rock chips on the front of the hood already, and there's not a lot of miles on the truck, and he was looking around town and really kind of getting some pricing, and he was really kind of thinking like, hey, is that something you can do too? Why don't we give that a shot? And I really don't have a ton of experience with paint protection film. I purchased a roll some time ago but I really haven't taken a significant opportunity to play with it. So we worked out, he dropped the truck back off. I've had it for a couple of days already. I wasn't really sure what to do, so I did give it an attempt already, and it really wasn't successful. So peeled it back off, went back to the drawing board, did some more research, tried to find some videos, and try to understand maybe what I did wrong, where were the pinch points, why wasn't I getting it to lay down appropriately. And so here we are. I'm going to give it a second try, and not going to give a lot of detail just because it is some trial and error for me as I'm going through it, but I'll set the camera up just to kind of share my first experience, which is attempt number 2 on getting some paint protection film on the front of the hood. Take along, let's give it a shot. Okay, so I've got the surface prepped, and I've got the paint protection film now on the front of the hood. I've got it measured out basically to an equal distance back. Basically, I found this body line right here. I lined it up visually, and then I went ahead and took just a tape measure to make sure that I was on line with that. Went from a consistent position point on both sides of the hood, worked it to basically the back edge of the PPF, and made sure that I was equal side to side. So it's still really just the slip solution, which is on there right now. That's what would allow it to really kind of maneuver. So from this point, I'm going to start at the center, and I'm going to align and try to get rid of all this excess material in the center right here, and really kind of get a nice anchor point, if you will, right here center. And then it appears that what I want to do is just really kind of put some tension and try to work out all this congestion and all of this excess material that doesn't have anywhere to lay flat, just because of the context of the curves on the front edge of the hood. That's what we're going to do. Try to get that tacked, then pulled out and tapped kind of on the fender and on the headlight, and from that point be able to use the squeegee and really start to work out that moisture, and it in theory should be locking down. So that's the approach I'm going to go with it. I believe that's going to be the way to really accomplish this task, and follow along. Let's get after it. All right, there we are. Paint protection film is on the F-150. I was able to get it to lay down. Like I said, this is really kind of the first application. I did have kind of a small project. That's the reason why I ordered the roll some time ago. It was just kind of like a tailgate, flat section. Definitely, that was kind of really my first handle of the paint protection film or PPF, but this was really kind of the first application that was really dealing with some complex curves, getting trying to a straight alignment, and then edges. So yeah, I guess I did have to do it twice. The first one was unsuccessful. Second time, after I went back to the drawing board and watched a few videos and tried to kind of get a better understanding of the techniques, I was able to kind of get it to work, and there we are. So it's definitely not perfect. I definitely learned some things, but that's exactly what you have to do, is just get your hands on some material and start practicing, whether it's your own vehicle or a family member or a sibling or whatever it is, a coworker. Just get your hands on some material and get out there and do it, and that's really what it takes. So that's kind of what I was doing here. I think that there's definitely a market for this, but I gotta get familiar. Tint and vinyl has kind of been the stuff that I've been working more on. Obviously more on the tint. You'll see tons more videos of that on the channel, and a little bit of vinyl tinting headlights and taillights, that type of thing. And PPF is just kind of that next level. Different techniques, the material is different to work with, something I think I'm interested in learning or playing with a little bit more. But here, just a quick video, definitely short, and all I really wanted to do was just kind of flip the camera on while I was out here I'm playing. And so you got a little bit of a footage of me kind of pretending I was trying to know what I was doing, but ultimately I got it to lay down. I think the owner is going to be happy. Very reasonable rate, just really looking for that opportunity of experience, to get hands-on and just really understand how the material works, what different techniques are necessary for this type of installation, and so on. But that's it. I feel pretty good about it. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next project.